Hi guys, my name is Cameron. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I hope this could be a warm and safe space for you. This video is a little different to my usual vlogs, something a bit more slow paced and from the heart. I journal a lot and I had this idea a few weeks ago to create a video series as a sort of visual depiction of my journal ramblings. I spend a lot of time alone and consequentially a lot of time in my own head, and I have a lot of thoughts that usually reside in the safe and concealed confines of my journals. But recently I felt an urge to share more of these thoughts, so this series is born. I currently live in a small town, and I'm somewhat an introvert, and I don't surround myself with a huge number of friends. Sometimes I feel like I protect my peace maybe a little too much. But anyway, I found that living in a small town and having introverted tendencies has forced me to practice patience and stillness in ways that I never before really have. I feel like I've been living in yearly cycles for the past 6 years since I graduated high school. Each year moving somewhere new and undergoing some sort of life change, whether that was traveling, relocating, going to uni, ending, starting and ending relationships, quitting and starting jobs. And lately I've had this deep urge to throw my everyday life into disarray and pick up the broken pieces and start again. I've been craving rebirth and renewal, some sort of drastic change. At least once a month I start to feel like my daily routines have coursed my life into a stagnant puddle. And the only way out is to wade into a new environment, a new beginning. My mind spends so much time in flight mode, constantly thinking of new places to be, new things to do. But I can't just run away and up and leave my life every time I turn a corner and am once again faced with feelings of boredom or loneliness. So time and time again I'm forced to reach within, to reflect, to wonder, to seek out peace once again, and remind myself of the impermanence that flows through life. Through our routines, our emotions, our thoughts, it's also impermanent. This thought always brings me so much peace when I find myself longing for a distant future rather than living my present existence. And I also remind myself that the grass is always greener on the other side. One day I'll transition into a new chapter of life, and as always I'll look back on the present with adoration and a sense of comfort. Whenever I start to feel like my life is becoming stagnant, I try and remind myself of all the beauty that lies in all the sequences and chapters of life. Each a departure from the last, a venture into the unknown. We all settle into our routines and patterns, creating new roots in what was once unfamiliar land. I often think about this and about how the now, as in this chapter I'm rooted in now, feels so permanent and like it's my whole life or my whole world. And in a way, I guess it is. But with a little perspective, I remember that this is just a moment. And that doesn't minimize the beauty and importance of this chapter, but brings me comfort in times when life feels stagnant. Which is a silly thing really, because I guess life is never really stagnant. It's always moving, always flowing, like a body of water. And sometimes you might be gently flowing down a stream, and other times you might find yourself plunged into the rapids. There's levels, there's always levels, but I guess I'm trying to say that life is never stagnant. It's up to you to notice the subtleties and remember that one thing always leads to another. You're constantly moving and on your way towards new things, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. So embrace the stream, the river, the rapids, because one thing water always does is flow and find its way around blockages. So you too will move like water.